Good afternoon. My name is Dan J. Jose. Please call me Sir Dan. So as like what I have mentioned a while ago, and welcome to Understanding the Self GE6100. So I'm actually using the PowerPoint presentation of Miss Junema Samiling, our dean. For the learning outcomes, define physical self, explain the importance of the physical self, and then demonstrate critical, reflective thought in integrating the various aspects of the physical self. So, so meaning to say, for this week, which is week number 8, so our sole topic would be the physical self. Okay, so here we go. So what is a physical self? So the answer would be refers to the body, a marvelous container and complex, finely tuned machine with which we interface with our environment and fellow beings. The physical self is the concrete dimension, the tangible aspect of the person that can be directly observed and examined. Physical self, directly or indirectly, the discussion of physical self was found in place in various schools of psychology, branches of psychology like the psychoanalysis, behaviorism, humanism, and many more, with some of its most ardent exponents and followers dealing with the issue in varying proportions. According to William James, which is one of the considered expert in studying psychology. So physical self is the initial source of sensation and necessary for the origin and maintenance of personality. So what he meant with that are the what we call the five senses. So first sense would be the sense of sight, and it is in charge for the visual. Sense of taste, and it's in charge for gustatory, sense of touch, in charge for somatosensory, sense of smell, olfactory, sense to hear sounds, in charge for auditory. And then on the right portion of this slide, so we're going to you're going to see those icons that represents in each one of the five senses. Okay, so based on as still in James, so James considered the body or the physical self as subservient to the mind. So I just want to add on this. Yes, we are sure that we are human being if or as long as we are going to feel pain, sorrow, and so on. Those are kinds of feelings that we might encounter in our everyday lives. So yes, as long as we feel pain in our body, so therefore the conclusion is we are human being. But it doesn't mean that we all human beings do feel the pain. It doesn't mean that we have the same tolerance on to how we are going to react when it comes to our body to the pain. No. Okay, so we are going to apply we're going to apply individual differences. So meaning to say, some people has high tolerance in pain. So meaning to say, yes, they can endure more and more pain, but some people are having low tolerance in pain. So the kind of level or degree of the pain would depend on the level or degree of tolerance of each people when it comes to reacting to all of those pain that they might feel, they might encounter in their everyday lives. And as well as those pictures. So since based on James, physical self is the very source of sensation. So as we can see on the picture, so the upper on the upper picture, which is soldiers in battle. So they repetitively feel pain once they got shot from a bullet in whatever part of their body. But sometimes, if they are lucky, they would just hear um, unnecessary noise or loud noises coming from the bombs, coming from the rifles, coming from the machine guns that most of the time their enemies are actually using against them. So in soldiers of battle, it is not only the physical pain that might turn them to react, but as well as the PTSD or the post-stress disorder. So some of the soldiers might ended to have that kind of psychological disorder simply because of those things that they might witness during war. Second, as we can see the picture of um, our very own Manny Pacquiao. So boxers in the ring. So Manny Pacquiao is actually endured a lot of pain throughout his boxing career. So starting from his being a novice, being a newbie in the boxing, up to the multiple division champion as of the moment, and then lately, as we all know, he just overthrew his boxing career, and then he's gonna enter the presidency on in our country on 2022. So yes, Manny Pacquiao has endured a lot of pain every time that he's going to enter the boxing ring together with all of those boxers around the globe. So not all the times you are the winner. So when you lose in a boxing match, so meaning to say um you were inflicted of multiple punches that might result to multiple or up to severe pains. But it doesn't mean that the loser boxers will only receive pain, but as well as the winners. So we cannot avoid that even you are a winner, you will not receive any punches or punch from your opponent. That is absolutely not correct. So even you're a winner, you will receive. It is given. Once you enter your feet in the boxing ring, it is given that even you're the winner, you are going to accept a lot of punches from your opponent. So yeah, pain is a very good example of sensation as well. For James, the body is an expressive tool of indwelling consciousness and good physical health in something that wells up from every part of the body of a muscularly well-trained human being and soaks the indwelling soul in him with satisfaction. It is an element of spiritual hygiene of supreme significance. So still we're quoting the belief of psychologist and sociologist James. Okay. I'm pretty sure all of us are aware of this great psychologist, Sigmund Freud, that all of his studies and theories make up the totality of psychology nowadays. So he is considered as one of the pillars of psychology. So based on the study of Sigmund Freud, physical body or physical self is the core of human experience. The ego is first and foremost a body ego. So as we can see on the picture below, so yes, I'd like to add something on this. So let me explain the picture. So it is on the left portion of the picture. and then as well as on the right portion of the picture, which is the others and the me. So of course we do love ourselves, and we should prioritize first ourselves before we give love and care with other people that surround us. That is the very meaning of that picture. So we should prioritize ourselves when it comes to care, when it comes to love, and when it comes to knowing ourselves before we receive all of those in all of those people that surround us. So that is the very meaning of that picture below. So when it comes to the belief or to the study of Sigmund Freud, physical body as the core of human experience, without the physical body or the physical self, we cannot achieve, we cannot attain something. Why? Simply because if there is no physical body or physical self, it simply means that the will only will or the will of the mind will only exist, but no body that will carry out the will. Later on, I'm going to elaborate that. Okay. The next picture will be one of the great psychologists again, Wilhelm Reich. So the mind and body are one. All psychological processes he postulated are a part of physical processes and vice versa. So for Rich, body is essential, dynamic in all psychological functioning, and it plays a critical role in storing and channeling the bioenergy, which is the basis of human existence and experience. So it is one of the question that is actually something phenomenal once we are studying the chapter which discusses the physical self of the physical body. What do you have in mind about dying? So every one of us human beings living on this planet will die in the near future. So it is the uncontrollable event that we cannot avoid or that we cannot escape. That's why there's a group of scientists around the globe who are still studying decades from decades how to escape death. But of course, until now, they are clueless, or their questions are not being answered yet. Simply because we cannot escape death, so we should, as long as we are living in this world, we should take care first of ourselves so that we can maximize our life in this planet. So, what might happen to our physical body when the death comes or approaches us? What do I think is that our body would slowly decay. Major organs will stop functioning, and then that would be the time that we can consider our physical body or physical self will be dead. But some theories or even some philosophers think that it is not the death of the physical self or the physical body that would end the life of an individual, of all human beings, but the death of the soul itself. But still, that is something that transcendent. So science cannot prove that until now. So I think that would be too much for our discussion. So that would end my presentation. Thank you so much for